What is going on, everyone? Commodore last here today brings you guys my live reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen manga chapter 165 now. The chapter's finally come out. We are here today on a Sunday morning ready to read the latest installment in Akutama Gege's up-and-coming masterpiece. Now, chapter's out at 10 in the morning, which is actually crazy. I usually wait till 11 for it to come out, but shout out to Daylight Savings Time for getting the chapters out earlier and everything, which is great. Especially going into this chapter, coming off the back of last week's chapter. I mean, I'm still like, I understand it more now, but it's like, you know, just to see Hiromi pull off a domain expansion, right? I just was like, okay, come on. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, second page in, okay, bam, we're just going to go and do it. And it makes more sense now, obviously, you know, you factor in that Kenjaku had a part to play in it because, of course, you know, every person that he had gotten involved with, you know, like Sumiki's case and stuff, you know, to advance their learnings and everything as sorcerers and their brains and all that to be able to do what they're able to pull off, which gives me a little bit worried now with Sumiki because she may potentially know a domain expansion herself. And if it's, you know, because in the case with Hiromi, it's more so like, it's not a direct like instant kill whatsoever. It's something that, you know, there's a little bit more variety to it. And I like that because it offers more with domain expansions rather than just being, you know, straight up one-shot kills or instant kills in that manner. So that was great to at least get that, because then again, like I said, it's going to give us a lot more variety when it comes to the domain expansions after. But the stuff after, man, it's funny. It's like a comedy, honestly, most of the chapter until we got the stuff with Yuji losing his cursed power temporarily at the moment. You know, he got caught in 4K. Oh man, that panel is gonna be living in my head where he pulls up the envelope. You just see his man just chilling right there by the window and stuff, getting his tokens. I'm just like, man, come on, you can't be doing this. But I am curious to see how Yuji's gonna get out of the situation because without his cursed power and stuff, again, we still know the physical monster that he is from before he had Sukuna and everything. So if he's gonna have to rely on that, I'm pretty sure Sukuna can't come out unless he actually has his cursed energy with them. Unless that's completely different. It has nothing to do with the bonding value they have between each other. So, but anyways, let's get into the chapter. Let's see how Yuji goes here, man. Does he have to commit another crime here without punishment? We'll have to see. So, let's get into it, man. Chapter 165, Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, and here we go. Right away. And I was about to say this too because I didn't mention it last week because it was one of those things where it's like, do you want to put yourself in a bigger state of depression than you already are in the moment? Because when I saw the mallets, right? Because I have to remember, when Hiromi has that mallet in his hand, the hammer, right? Shout out to Emperor's New Groove. I'm going to be thinking about Nobara more often. So, Gege, for the love of God, at some point in this arc, I need something from Nobara. I have been patient with you. I have been, you know, relaxed for the most part. But I can only hold my sanity for so long, so... Hiromi Higuruma, 36. Okay, so we at least got his age and stuff. So I can't say middle age and stuff because it feels disrespectful because he's still young with 36. But Iwate Bar Association, legal apprenticeship, period 59. Okay, so he's from Iwate and everything there. He rarely overcame such challenges as the entrance exam for the law department at T University and the old national bar exam that preceded the law school system. I'm assuming T University is probably Tokyo University. To him, it was easy, a simple matter of applying the necessary effort to acquire the required knowledge. His peers referred to him as a genius, but what stands out most about him, and right straight into it, right with the strike. So he goes to the hammer. Usually with the dodge after, he's going to rely on his physical attributes to get out of the situation, most likely. Okay, that's actually sick. Because in the anime, it's going to even look nicer. So he comes in, left hand, bang, and right away it switches from the left to the right without him having to do this. It just like that. So interesting. It's not like Boogie Woogie where he claps and stuff, but like, you know how like it changes places and stuff a little bit, but he kind of like does that work. Okay, he grabs his hand, or I don't know if it's because like he was already in the smashing motion, but like he's able to switch it over like that. But he switches to the right, goes to the right afterwards, and then you see it again, switches over now back to the left. He's just like, yikes. And he's he just whack it away like whack-a-mole. And Yuji's just like, oh, bro, no. And he's trying to go in with a left, but you see like part of his clothing already ripping off. And he goes for a swing, and he looks like he gets him right in the arm. And yeah, he hits him, and it looks like he's fallen over, but he gets his recovery after. Is his talent as a sorcerer. Oh, man. Kenjaku, like, if we're getting this right now from Hiromi, imagine what's going to be like with Hajime when we get to them after, and then with Sumiki. I fear the worst, man. If we're seeing this right now, oh my god, Sumiki's going to have something scary under her belt, man. Through analyzing the curse technique that came by default with his domain, he learned the basics of barrier techniques. Then, by working backward from barrier techniques, he acquired his instinctive grasp of reinforcement techniques derived from curse energy control. Okay? Within 12 days of awakening to his curse technique, Higuruma reached a level comparable to a grade 1 sorcerer. Oh my god. Hold on. So you're telling me, because look, because we know like the Supremes and stuff, like the high echelons, you know, it's the Okotsus, the Gojos, the with all of them and everything, right? So at the very least, we're talking about like the former, for whatever reason, his name's not coming to mind, but the former leader for the Zenin clan and stuff, with him, like of those characters of that ilk. I would assume Toji would probably be under like, well, actually no, because it would be, you know, the former head was like a Supreme. Toji, I would assume, is around that range too. So like for grade 1s, we're probably thinking like Toto and stuff. You know what I mean? Like those were like. So at the very least, he's basically like Toto right now in terms of like the level and stuff. We don't know if he's like if in a fight, but like on the level at the very least. So that is interesting, man. Like, but the fact that he's able to do this in 12 days, for most people, it's years it takes to be able to reach that level. That's impressive, and it is scary the fact that Kenjaku can awaken those kind of things in people and speed up their process for them to be at that level, like right now, like mad. Before entering the colony, he defeated many cursed spirits and defeated at least 20 players who attacked him. So it leaves up in the air a little bit. Did he actually kill those people in the courtroom? Because then it's like with I think it was Shimizu, her name is, the girl that was with him in the courtroom and stuff. Because it hopefully means that she isn't dead or anything. Because to be honest, like I felt like they were trying to do something there, like, you know, at least like a colleague or something. So to kill her off would be kind of tough for him. But at the very least, it confirms though that most of the stuff that he actually got before entering the colony came down to him with cursed spirits, which at least is good. 20 players, it could be some guys that were like, you know, shady people and stuff at the very least. So it kind of helps him save face without having to be like, oh, I killed all these people in the courtroom. Yeah, some of them for sure definitely are bad and everything, but there definitely were innocent people there too, and that would mess them up even more, right? Can't use the curse energy. Yeah, thanks to you. And he has like the question mark. He's like, bro, you know what you did. The penalty of confiscation temporarily makes it impossible to use curse techniques. But I suspect you don't have one. And no commento. What a frightening thing to think about. Yeah. Because he has something far more frightening inside of him, man. So the effect must have switched to preventing use of curse energy. Bro, look at him on the phone. Man. Do it to him. How can he stand against me without curse energy, man? Look, we're going to find out those answers eventually, and it may have to come in the form of Okada-san and everything, but look, man, I'm a boy Cook, at the very least. Confiscation is usually an additional punishment accompanying another punishment. So just to make sure, so how can he stand against me without curse energy? It's because of his physical prowess. His raw strength must be immense. And then he says after, confiscation is usually an additional punishment accompanying another punishment. When sorcerers lose the ability to wield curse techniques, usually their foundation curse energy control also weakens. Maybe because it goes against long ingrained instincts. A complete inability to wield curse energy is even more disadvantageous. Yet he has lasted this long, when a single blow would be enough to defeat the average opponent. If I'm not careful, he'll trip me up. He said extend. I'll crush him with my full might. Oh god. Oh, this boy, man, no. Hiromi, you gotta relax, man. Like, you just gotta figure out something. Because, look, we need the points. We need the points. We need the points, man. And we can't... I can't have Yuji going out here killing people, man. Because he's already messed up in the head as much as possible because of the events of Shibuya. I don't need him to go further down into the abyss. That is one thing I will never want from my MC. Is to actually go through too much hell to the point where he can't be saved. Even though there's a chance he could be saved, but I don't want him to go through that suffering. Because... that's not it, man. And right away goes to a swing. Yuji dodge right away. He's like, oh yeah, sure. Dodge. Goes to the side after. Swamp. And okay. He gets trying to go for a hit, but he gets a blocking right away. And you see Yuji arms out like this. He's gonna try to flip it over. For him to do that, he's trying to flip it over. But you see his arms right there with his hands grasping onto the hammer and stuff. Which, and you see like right there, like the spin. And he okay, so then Hiromi hops over right after the bathtub. He's like, nah, not to me, no. He goes, yo! He said he'll kick the tub! He kicked the tub! He kicked the tub, and you see right there, Hiromi's like, huh? And it goes right to his direction. He hits it right away. Water goes up. Now, this is gonna look really nice after in the anime. Like, from an aesthetic standpoint, it's gonna look really nice. But you see right there, Yuji, the water's coming up where Yuji is. And Hiromi from the top rope. He says he's gonna come in trying to hit him with the head. Yo, he maximized the size now of the goddamn hammer again. Because you just see, bro, that thing got big. And he comes in with a block. And his knees, like, he sinks into the flooring right after of the stage. Jeez, look at the size of that thing, bro. Incredible. It's like I'm fighting an unbreakable doll. Oh no, this is bad. How long can I last? I need my curse energy back and fast. So now it's starting to really sink in because, look, impressive as it is with just physical strength alone of what he's doing, there is limitations. So he needs something, man. He's so powerful, but that means there must be some compensatory weakness, right? Now, how do you figure that out, though? Because I can't even think for myself, like, what could it be, though? Like, he uses against them. Think. His curse technique is for trials. Courts. Trials. Hiroma! I want a retrial! Yo! And right away, the big expansion been used on his end. And you see right there, podium parts set up again, guillotines in the back. Hey man, my guy said, yo, I'm an innocent man. Give me back my powers. Starting to get it, huh? And you see right there, look at his face. That was close. I get a second trial, right? Judge Man was the one who declared my guilt and sentenced me. If I don't admit my guilt, I can request a retrial, and Judge Man can't refuse. I demand a do-over. Yuji to do... You really had to do that to him. Hasn't my son suffered enough? You're so lucky there's an ocean that parts you and I, Gege. Because like certain authors that deserve my wrath, you are up there now, among the very top. Judge Man says, and I quote, Yuji Itadori stands accused of mass murder in Shibuya on October 31st, 2018. And look at the look on my boy's face, man, because you can't deny it though. How is he gonna react to that? Because he knows, like, unfortunately, I hate this author, bro. And then, of course, he's gonna have the freaking paper and stuff with the evidence. There's no way he can go and deny that, because then it's gonna cause even worse issue now. Because by technicality, yes, it was him. Yes, it was Sukuna that did all this. But they're gonna look at the perpetrator and say it's gonna be him. Which, of course, he knows that at the end of the day, he's screwed. So how does he get out of that? He has the stupid evidence, so there's no way he can deny that now. Yeah, I did that. I'm not lying, and I won't deny it. Oh, Yuji. Look at the face of Hiromi. Oh, the pureness. Oh, man. My MC... No. He won't hide from his crimes, man. He can't deny what had happened. Because he was expecting... Hiromi was expecting that he was going to try and say, oh, no, it was somebody else and not. Oh, my God, Yuji. That's a painful face. Because you know how much what he went through. All the suffering this man had to go through. For him just to say, you know what, yeah, it was me. I did that. I ain't lying, and I ain't going to deny him. Oh, man, Yuji. That must hurt his soul to have to admit that he did kill people and all that. But then it's like, of course, after, it's like, how do I make it better? How do I make this situation better? And of course, we know one of those things is to try and get Sumiki out of this whole situation. Because to him, if he can save one person, he can try and save many. And even though we know his position as the cog in the system and all of that. But if you had to tell Yuji, what would you rather do? To save people or to kill? Obviously, save is the big thing. But even if you've gone with the first option, that doesn't stop you from trying to make up for your sins. It won't erase them completely. And we know mainly that's at fault of Sukuna. But this is awesome though for him. Oh my god, for him it's like any other person in the situation would try a lie, but he's like, I'm not running from no damn lies or nothing, man. I'm not running from the truth. I'm being to be honest as I possibly can. Guilty. I need to stand up. I'm not reading that yet until I stand up because that's... Oh my god. Yo, okay, relax, bro. But this has to mean something. There has to... No. The Sukuna's gonna have to get involved. There's something. There's no way. It says guilty, confiscation, death penalty. And that's the end of the chapter. Like... How do you do... Why do you do that to me? Why do you do these things to me and then tell me I have to wait a whole week to find out if my mental health is going to be all the way at the very bottom where there's no chance of survival, like no chances of me actually being happy? How do you do that to me and then said, I'll see you in a week? Like, that's wild, man. Because obviously, like, look... He's not going to die. I'll say this right now. He's not going to die. But this guy's already died how many times now? And then something will come out and help him. Where it's Kotsu coming in to stop it because of the whole thing with him and Sukuna. For the whole thing and everything like that. And of course the regeneration and healing and stuff. But I don't know, man. Sukuna's have to get involved. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Unless somebody else intervenes. But that's the thing. But of course, he admitted to the crime and stuff. So obviously, of course, when you commit mass murder and stuff, there's no way you're going to get a life sentence. So the worst case scenario is going to be death. Now it's like, if it's not Sukuna showing up, I don't know what's gonna get Yuji out of this. Because if he misses, okay, does he get back the curse energy and stuff? I don't think that's the case. It would have to require possibly defeating Higuruma to do that. I'm lost for words, man. I really can't think on the spot what's gonna happen now because, dude, his physical strength alone was able to hold on for as long as he could, but he realized that without that curse energy, there's no chance he can beat Hiromi. That's the biggest difference maker when it comes to sorcery. Without your curse energy, it's simple as that. It's a requirement to be able to last in this kind of fight, right? So, for example, you put someone like a Toji who has no curse energy whatsoever to him. He might have a chance because the man built different, right? Maki could maybe have a chance because now she's finally become her true self. But usually it's different because, of course, like, yeah, he has parts of the physical strength and all that. We don't know if he has a heavenly restriction on him either as well. But there is that limitation here, and he knew that for him to get out of this, he has to do the retrial. But now it goes and hits him in the worst way possible because he had to admit to something that, unfortunately, you can't. How can you go and say, but no, it's the thing inside of me that caused all this? Like, he's not going to say that. He's like, yeah, I am responsible for it. But then my thing is the look on Hiromi's face and then judgment acting. Does Hiromi does something after where he tries to counteract it and try like again? It goes back to what I said in the video, because I still fully believe Hiromi could be an ally to them and everything, right? It could help them out in some kind of way. If there is a chance to help out someone who could, like, again, because it's one of those tough situations where he shouldn't really be helping someone who just admitted to mass murder, but the purity in Yuji right there in this moment to showcase that he's not going to run away from the truth of it all. And, he has to admit, because if he lies, it's going to be far worse and stuff. And even for a moral standpoint, he can't do that. So for Hiromi to see right there that someone was willing to admit that with such clarity, with such purity, I think he's going to realize something and he's going to try and overturn this. That's the only other way. Unless Sukuna gets involved, that's the only thing I can think of right now. Hiromi tries to intervene and stop Judge Man from laying down the death penalty. That's the only way I can think of it. And if that's how we get things resolved, where Hiromi realizes that, yeah, there are innocent people, like, in his case, you can tell, like, for him to admit that something is wrong. Something is completely wrong. For you to walk into that court, think about it. You and I, or one of us, walk into a courtroom and we admit to it. We know, like, the situation that Yuji's in, we admit to all that, right? You're not going to think all of a sudden, oh, he has a cursed spirit or something inside of him, whatever, ancient thing, whatever. No. But you're going to realize there may be something there. It may not be 100% guaranteed because he could be crazy, all that, but there could always be something. And in Hiromi's case right here, there is a chance that he can go and redeem himself because right now there's no law here. You are the law. If you want to define what your version of the law is and what it means to help people, even if that's not what your whole thing was, you just don't want to be part of the blind justices and all that. Right now, blind justice could be taking place. Technically, in this moment, he could do something right now to help someone else, even though he just admitted to mass murder. But there still is a chance that this could be overturned, though, and Hiromi might have to be the key. Again, I said he's going to be an ally. I feel firmly that he's going to be an ally in some form. It's just going to take a moment to change that. But yeah, this next chapter, oh my god, I'm putting a lot of expectations personally because, again, I have a lot riding on this, but I feel like next chapter could be very make or break, but possibly has a chance to be one of the best chapters we're going to get in this arc at the start. At the very least, one of the best chapters at the beginning of this arc. Because it could really give us a great moment right now for Hiromi and capitalize on what we're getting right now from Yuji. Like, you admit to it, so now what do? What do you got to do to make amends? Because you can't overlook. You can't expect me to not think about the fact that happened. But look in his face, man. Oh, my MC. But yo, let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about the chapter. How does Yuji get out of this situation? For this death sentence to be the death penalty itself, to be laid down. Is Sukuna going to get involved? Or is the look on Hiromi's face tell you that he's about to go against Judgment and potentially try and find a way to find like a common ground between him and Yuji? If it ends up being the case, Hiromi is going to automatically become a favorite, because this is a chance right now for him to redeem himself for not being able to save somebody because of the law getting in the way. Now blind justice could potentially be in the way, even though there is a lot of truth into this. Even though we know, as the reader, we know what happened in Shibuya with Sukuna and all that, and the amount of people that died and stuff. We know that was him, but the humans in this story don't know that. They just assume because he was there as himself that it's going to be on Yuji. So this could be a chance for him to try and help out somebody and actually win and not lose because of the blind justice or whatever. So, but again, thoughts down in the comments regarding the chapter. Anything you guys may think of that may be different from what I'm saying, or you feel like another perspective pertaining to this chapter and what happened in it, let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Jujutsu Kaisen week in, week out, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell, Shandora, so that they with everything that goes on the channel. With that being said, I will catch you guys next week. I am hoping to be here for the chapter because my work schedule is going to be a little bit wonky for the next couple of weeks. I am hoping I'm going to be here in the morning, ready to read the greatness. But if anything changes, keep up with the community tab. And I will see you guys next week, man, because this next chapter, oh my god, hey man, like, I got a lot of riding on this, and I hope Gege does not betray me, because that's the last thing I need, is to be further sent into the abyss than I already am. So next week we move. Commodore last signing off. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah.